Hi guys. Hey, this one is going to go out to Taurus. And what we are doing is Dark Mansion Tarot Read. We're doing the Hermit's Guidance after your life right now. So these are a couple of spreads just to play with the cards, kind of see what's going on for September 2020 for the sign of Taurus. I'm going to jot that down on my little notes here. And we're going to get going with this. This has been such a fun spread today. So fun. So, Dark Mansion, Magdalena, you rock. She's the one that did the art on these, and it's incredible. It is incredible. It speaks to me, and I just love it. All right. So here we go. We're going to do 12 cards. And this is what's going on in your life right now. And the Your Life Right Now spread. We're going to cut. Sure. Bottom of the deck, just so you know, the Lovers. All right. We're going to take 12 from the top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. All right. Well, Taurus, you've had a little bit of a bumpy one. All right. Wow. Okay. So the Tower in reverse. This moment has probably already happened. It's supposed to be your present self. Everything has come tumbling down. Where you were before is no longer working for you, and you're having to rebuild, redo, restructurize. This has to do sometimes with institutions. Like in America right now in 2020, we're seeing government and different kinds of institutions that are foundational, that have been around forever, kind of having collapses and crumbling. And right now, it's like a bolt out of the blue, an aha, an epiphany. This has happened. So this is broken down, and now you are on the chance to rebuild. That's the advantage of this card. Once everything gets down to the base of it, the root of it, the foundation, the ground zero, then you can rebuild. So this is what's happened. This is for the present right now. That epiphany, boom, that has happened. And I'm not just talking in the national type way, in the very personal way for you, Taurus. Most of you have experienced this. I don't think there's many of you that have not, actually. That would be the exception. Okay, this is resources coming up, and you have the Chariot card. This guy is driving the wildest chariot, and he's trying to get those horses to cooperate. There are two forces that are kind of going opposite directions. They're going to rip up the whole town if they're not careful. But the guy doesn't quite have control and know how to get them on the same page working together. He doesn't know how to harness those energies yet. So this is the moment where the charioteer is still before he leaps off. You have the ability to move forward. My bra's bugging me. Sorry, folks. All right. Stupid bras. All right. You have the ability to move forward. You just have to be able to harness this to do it first. Being able to move forward. Like, metaphor? Yeah. Yeah, you have to harness those things, those two things, to be able to focus and get moving forward, for sure. All right. Ironic, hilarious. All right, Judgment. Judgment comes next. This isn't just the day of judgment when the resurrection happens, or when, you know, the angels call you up and say, how did you do with your life? This is more a reckoning of yourself. How are you doing with your life? What are your thoughts? Are you being true to yourself? How do you judge things as far as they're going right now? I mean, this is a celebration. This is you dancing to your own song. This is you being you in the truest sense. A renewed, really in yourself, in your own right kind of you. This is you knowing that, feeling that, and being really in your zone, in your lane, in a big, big way. All right, and this has to do with the mental and internal and communication. This is to thine own self be true. That's Judgment. Okay? All right. Next out is the home and family. You have a little spy in your camp, in your home and family. And he's wielding the sword. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to get going. He's trying to get clear. So if this is you in your home and family, you're trying to get clear on a few things. You're still young, figuring stuff out. Be willing to move forward with force. Be willing to get your thoughts clear. And then move forward. Then take action. There's a willingness and a desire to move forward here. And then you have the Page of Cups right next to it. So, like, all right, you've got the thinker that's cleverly planning and observing and checking things out. And then you have this guy with the cups like, oh, a little bit idealistic, emotional, a little pie in the sky, wish-wash. But he's offering love. So you've got, I mean, what a pair. These guys are a great pair, actually. I mean, they could, if they wanted to plan to take over the world, two characters like this certainly could. So if you're dealing with one or the other of these, just know who you're dealing with and enjoy it. All right, so the Page of Cups is coming up in the position of creativity. Of course he is. Because emotional, love, flowing, almost overflowing. This guy is always offering a gift. And in this one, he's admiring the gift. And there isn't a fish in it that he's bringing forth in love from the gift from the ocean. He's bringing you the actual cup. And it looks high shine polish. I mean, that is a beautiful cup that he's looking at. He's got an appreciation for that. So that's awesome. All right. So now we're moving along and we have the Eight of Swords. Not the funnest one. So you have the creativity here. You want to get going forward. And then you have the job, the occupation, the physical health. You feel pinned down. Well, boo-hoo. You're not really as stuck as you think. If you're feeling stuck, this is a prison of your own mind. This is your own head playing a game with you. You're not as limited, trapped, or stuck as you seem to feel. Your hair is in your face and you can't see, and your dress is pinned down. Let's not go full on drama here. You can wriggle free. You can make some adjustments that better suit you, and you can go on your way how you need to. You're not in great peril. You just haven't figured out the next step yet. There's a little bit of stuckness there. A little bit in the job and occupation. And it might be a time where you're figuring out what your passions are, what you want to pursue, and not everybody can just go off and join the circus, you know? So it might be a time where, yeah, you got to handle this part of things, but then you get to do the fun stuff too. And the thing is, you get to do both. So don't stay in this stuck energy long. Realize what you want to do. Not everyone can go out and join the circus, is what I just said. Okay, so the girl on the tightrope. She's got the two passions. Where do I focus? My world that's here that I've established, or my world beyond? Which end am I going to? And she's trying to strike a balance between both. I think I said enough on that. I mean, I think you got it. She's got the parasol in her hand too to help her get her center of gravity. And this is coming up in the position of love and romance. So when you feel like you are a little off balance, look to your partner, look to your persons, your others. And this isn't just your romantic partner. This can be people that are family that really are rooting for you. Look to them. They love you and they want to see you succeed. They want to help balance. But if there is a partner, and this is love and romance, and this is a two, and it is about the internal and the external, and how do you balance that out? Really lean on them. They can help you. Open your ears for that. Okay, number 8. The changes to come. All right, that's 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is the thieving bastard, if I call him, and I love him. He's like the Grinch, and he's like tiptoed away, like tee, 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 tee. He thinks he's pulled a fast one. This could be somebody that's actually being a sneak. It could be something that somebody's been deceptive, but this is in the changes to come. You might need to protect your own intellectual property. You might need to protect your ideas and your thinking. You might need to leave and move away from people that don't think like you. This may have already happened for you, but this says changes to come. It may be something that you are already starting. This is just his first step. If this is you taking what you need to take as your assets and going to better ground, then if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. If this is someone trying to take something from you, they've only taken a few steps. You can still rein them in or protect what is vital to protect. Okay, next step. Knowledge and spirituality. Capricorn had this in that same place. I swear they did. Maybe they didn't. You'd have to double check. Okay, so the girl is waving the hanky and she's like looking. She's got all of her trunks and she's looking. Right here comes a carriage down the road up here. So she's like, hey, I'm right here. And the carriage is going to pass her if she doesn't run out towards it. Unless it comes down and maybe goes this way. Who knows? They don't show us quite enough of that road. They leave it for us to fill in, I guess. But she's at the crossroads. She's trying to expand. She's trying to go make her world a little bit bigger. You have the Two of Wands with your partner here. This stuckness that you want to wriggle out of. The new starts and new offers here. And here you have this lesson where, yeah, you can expand. Yeah, get creative. Yeah, let's expand. Look to your spirit. Look to what your passion is calling you. If you are an artist, a singer, a dancer, go for it. Go for those talents. Honor those talents. It might not be that you can say, screw the job, I'm out of here, bye-bye. No. But it might be that a little bit more time spent in this area reaps huge rewards for you. All right. Next out, that's the spiritual lesson and knowledge. Here is the career and ambitions. Oh, the drama. Okay, and this is me poking fun, a little tongue-in-cheek here, because this is a card of sorrow, and everybody has sorrow. Everybody's experienced loss and pain. So if you have had a real reason to grieve, then grieve it thoroughly. That's not me being dismissive of it when I say, oh, the drama. But sometimes we have these dramatic moments. Sometimes I have these dramatic moments where my panties are in a twist about something, and then it's really not the biggest deal in the world. Well, this is coming in the career ambitions. This looks like a evaluation, maybe a little bit of frustration. It's not a disinterested and bored, but just like there is a sorrow, a sadness, like a frustration, sorrow, like you feel like you've lost, and like maybe it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back right now. But there's still this one cup, this one thing is still there. So don't ignore the good because things haven't played out like you thought, or that you've lost stuff and all is lost. All is never lost. All right. Next out, we have community and allies. Okay, so this coming after the sorrow. I am sorry for you, Taurus, that this has happened. Some of you have had heartache. Some of you have had maybe betrayal, sadness, sorrow, not just grieving like loss, death, grieving sorrow, but emotional of the heart sorrow. Sometimes there's two thoughts, then you've got the Two of Swords and they're even and balanced and everything's la-di-da, but then that third truth comes in, or the third way of thinking, and it's like, oh no. So grieve if you need to grieve this. If there was a betrayal, sucks. Sucks. Understand that if there's a new way of operating, a new way of doing, that you have to learn because of somebody else's actions. Karma is a thing, and she'll get her own. Justice will be had. So for those of you that need to know that, don't sweat it. If you can move past it and move through it, then great, do. As to career and ambitions, if this is a sorrow over that, there's plenty of people that are genius in what they do, that their genius wasn't recognized, and they started out a completely different road and then got rerouted and ended up doing something else brilliantly. This could be that kind of thing where you're growing into your brilliance. Maybe you want to do this, but you still are doing something else and feel like all is lost. But it's not. The desire is still in your heart, literally. Don't grieve too long. Get clear in your thoughts. Move forward. It's going to be okay. You have people around you that will help. This is in the community and allies section. And everybody has had heartbreaks. Everybody has had losses. This is part of the human experience, and we can all understand. And the thing about that is there are plenty of others in that same situation that have either been through it and can help you through it, or that might need you to help them through it. All right, next out, challenges or losses. This is a time of retreat, reprieve, renew. Usually it's the guy laying on his casket. It's the Four Swords that are very securely there in the background. a safe place to be, like sanctuary. This is the Four Swords. It's almost as if she's sitting on the back of a throne or a cathedral arch. But there's a little bit of shelter from the storm going on. So the challenge is to not get so caught up in that and so lost in this energy when life gives you that you can't move forward. And don't just push and power through. If you need to grieve through it, grieve through it. But also do some things that are restorative to your own heart, your own soul. Build again. This tower hit you pretty hard. You've changed things. You've done a lot, but it's the time to rebuild. So renew your own little soul. Take care of yourself first. And then go out and do more. Like, do a new thing, do a fun thing, do a soul thing. Yeah, those kinds of good things. All right. So we're going to move into the next part of this where it's the Hermit's guidance. Right here. This is what got me down the rabbit hole for you in the first place on this. Is because I wanted to play with these cards. So, although it's long, who knows? We'll see what happens. I might have to split these up in like a first half, second half, so people can take what they want. We'll see how good my editing skills are. All right. So the Hermit's guidance right here. Okay, so the Hermit's guidance for Taurus, part B. This has been kind of enlightening on some of this too. So we're gonna shuffle a little bit more, and we're gonna lay out 6 cards and let it rip. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The first one is, what are you trying to navigate? So this is here. Okay. You're trying to navigate an energy of holding on too tightly to things. Oh, maybe a little bit of fear too going on here. You don't want to let go of something. Reference here. Reference here. You want to hold on so tight, but you can't open up to new things when you do that. Guard your pennies. Yes. Guard your resources. Yes. You don't need to be a hoarder or a miser. You can have openness. There might be a little more fluidity. And this is not just to do with money. It's to do with time and energy and resources, tangible, material, real deal things. Okay? That's what you're trying to navigate. What's distracted you is like, oh, this shiny penny. I've got to save everything every last time. This is like a very fear-based way of thinking. I'm not saying don't save your money. Save your money. But it's not the last penny you're ever going to see. Understand the value of what it is that's in your hand. Respect that. Seven of Pentacles. The Lantern. This is, I'm sorry, the darkness. Seven of Pentacles is the darkness. What prevents me from seeing my way out? This is this evaluating. You want it to happen now. You don't want to take the time to evaluate and see what grows and see what comes of it. So you're just holding on too tight. You're in a very, the woods that you're navigating is the lack mindset. You're getting an offering of this. You understand the value of this. You definitely understand the value of this. Evaluate things and let things grow and flourish. These tangibles, these resources, money, talent, time. Just gifts. I mean, there's bounty to be growing. It's okay. Don't let the time it takes to grow a harvest prevent you from getting it. Don't just get the apple when it's small, take a bite out of it, and bye-bye. No. Just a little patience. All right. Next out, the Lantern. From where I draw hope to find my way. This is the Queen of Cups. Love this one. It's beautiful, beautiful. She's sitting there. She's chill, relaxed, reflective, calm, but also happy, self-assured. She doesn't look sad in any way. She looks pleased with how things have gone. So she's got her throne around her. She's the Queen of Cups. You see also here on the side, I don't know if you can tell, but I'll try and get it close. There's a mermaid there on the side of her throne. She knows how to navigate those waters. What mermaid wouldn't? She knows how to handle emotions. She knows how to not let them get the better of her and how to reflect on things that matter. So she's had some heartache. She's had some losses. She knows how to do the things that take care of her heart. And this is going to be a necessary thing. This is going to be very helpful to grow that up a little bit in your own soul, because we get these lessons over and over in life. So no matter what age you are, even if you're 51, you grow these lessons up in your soul. And this emotional layering and reflecting, it requires lessons to reflect upon so you can have the appreciation for them. All right, then the Six of Wands. Yes, love that card, especially in this deck. Six of Wands is a victory card. This is what you need to address before you can move ahead. This is the well-wishers here at the wedding. Usually it's the guy on the parade horse, but there's a symmetry there, and there's a focus where they're showing the people that have helped them to get there, to this point, to this victory. So you've had a victory. You're beginning something new. You've had a victory. Things are going well. But you see the well-wishers and they're waving goodbye, and then bam, Ten of Swords. Like, okay. No, these guys are wishing you well, and you are on your way. This 1111 of the Four of Wands has now become the 6. So it's a little bit further. It's not just dating. You've decided to get serious about it. There's a victory here. All right. So in the Ten of Swords, this is, what do I do? What's the most important next step that I need to take? Whatever it is that's ended that you need to grieve. If you were to think of this in a very literal sense of, okay, there was heartbreak, a relationship that was heartache and sorrow, and now you're in this new relationship. Don't hold on to any of that energy of the past. Don't let that intrude on your happiness. Whatever it is that you've lost, if it's not relationship and romantic and heartache, whatever it is that you have lost, or where you thought you'd be but aren't. That's a good one for us. As kids, we think, oh, it's so much fun to be an adult. And as an adult, we're like, this isn't how it's supposed to go. Well, sometimes it's exactly how it's supposed to go. We just didn't know it. So the could have, would have, should have, what might have been, let them go. It's okay. This could be, I'm so sad. This could be, I'm so sorry. And this could be like, oh no, it would have never worked. Better dead than that. So there's wisdom that has happened. And this one, let it go. These losses are here. The sorrow, the price of the sorrow has been paid. It's there. You just have to release it and let it go so you can move into this. Okay, we're going to take one more just for good measure, just a little post-it note, and then we're going to say bye-bye on this one. This has been a really fun read. Wow. Some of these have been a little bit more snarky, some have been sassy, some of them more serious. Okay, the King of Swords. You have the Page of Swords and Cups here. You have the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups here. Very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let these elements work together for you. Please, please. Let them work together for you. These two young kids, because pages can be boys or girls. I mean, some decks just only show them as boys. But pages or princesses, they're young kids, boys or girls. Let these energies, the clarity and the emotion work together. Grow them up. Grow them up. Get to this victory, okay? All right, guys? Okay. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.